Want to ask you all about this security leak investigation that's going on and legislation that was approved by the Senate Intelligence Committee. Chris.
Well, you've seen Republicans, particularly Mitt Romney, seize on the fact that so many of the details, there are a number of examples, but the one he has seized on is that so many of the details of the raid that killed Osama bin Laden have made it into public, that essentially what the White House and the White House National Security Team are doing are leaking out details that make the president look tough, look decisive, that they are breaking with national security protocol in order to tell a political story.
That's the charge.
That's the charge.
Yeah.
Now, President Obama has come out and said, we're going to actively pursue this. We know the FBI is actively, there's sort of two parallel tracks here. You've got the Senate Intelligence Committee moving legislation that would limit the number of people in the national security world who can speak, who are authorized to speak to reporters in any way, shape, or form. So you have that track moving legislatively, but you also have this investigation spurred by the Obama administration out of a concern that some of the national security secrets were being leaked out. I always say this is not like covering campaign politics, which is what I do on a daily basis. When something leaks in campaign politics, so-and-so is going to endorse so-and-so, no one dies, or at least there's no potential anyone dies. When these things come out, there is at least the potential that lives are put in danger. I think that's why you've seen the Obama administration move so forcefully to try and shut it down.
Great.
You know, all that said, one of the puzzling things about the legislation that the Senate is now considering is that it would go after the aligned agencies, by restricting their access to reporters and limiting the number of people who can give background briefings, but not the White House and some of the other executive level agencies. Now, this is not stuff I'm privy to, but allegedly that's where a lot of the leaking occurs. And one of the perverse effects that this, now we're all journalists here, so we're somewhat biased, but one of the perverse results of this sort of legislation is that it would cause reporters to pursue less reliable and less knowledgeable sources of information for their stories, and the public might actually end up less informed than before.
Julie.
Well, and Diane Feinstein, whose committee is in charge of this, actually sort of stepped in it a little bit the week before last by saying that, she was pretty sure that some of this was coming. The White House had to acknowledge that some of this is coming from them. And Mitt Romney's people and Mitt Romney himself were just thrilled with that statement because it came just before he gave a big speech.
And then she took it back.
And then she sort of walked it back a bit. But and then you look at the bill, as Greg said, and it doesn't talk about the White House. It just says that other than the director of Central Intelligence and his deputy, other senior analysts at these agencies may not talk to reporters without attribution, knowing, of course, that they're never going to address any of these topics for the record.